Hello friends, and welcome to another Pauper stream. Today we're going to be playing Sultai. This is a deck that I stole from the Pauper Discord. I saw some other streamers playing it, and I wanted to play it too. I believe it was designed by Simplify. It's called the Zimpile. Here it is. It is a very grindy mid-range deck. It has some control elements through the removal spells and the counter spells out of the sideboard, but mostly it tries to ramp up, draw cards, and cast Altisaur. Not a great hand. We only have 2 lands here and nothing to do with the lands. We can't even snuff out with his hand. I'm not a fan. Okay. We can Thriving Moor, Night's Whisper. We can keep this. Get probably rid of one of the aqueducts. Okay, our opponent has mulliganed to 4 so far. Okay, so we're going to start with the Thriving Moor, and I guess we'll name blue because we have the snow-covered forest to cover green. Plains and Trailblazer, so they're playing heroic. That mull is going to be pretty brutal for them. But we're going to have to find our cards pretty quick. They'll suit up their Centaur here, and it'll be the end of us before you know it. Unfortunately, Agony Warp cannot kill the Centaur, so we're still going to be on the hunt for some removal. Ooh, Volt Scourge. That's interesting. I think that's the first time I've seen one of those in these lists. So we have access to 3 mana. We could put the Bonder's Ornament down. I think that's probably the best thing to do. We don't have a target for Pulse of Murasa yet. And the Admiral here isn't looking too great, although at least it can take back the Monarch every turn, since they wouldn't be able to block it if they took the Monarch in the first place. Oh, the Blessing is a pain. Probably give it pro-black. Yup. So we'll have to use the Agony Warp on the Scourge and hope to draw into a Edict, which we don't necessarily even have a lot of. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't have anything to pulse, though. The other thing I'm thinking of is drawing a card with Bonder's Ornament, and I think that might be the best thing to do. The 1 damage on the Volt Scourge here isn't really accomplishing very much. And since we've played a land and we'll tap out to use the Bonder's Ornament, I don't see much point in jumping the gun. Ooh, the Ethereal Armor here is pretty painful. Does that end the game? Not right off the bat. We go to 1. Well, in that case, we will Agony Warp the Volt Scourge, because if we don't, we will die. And now we go to 10. Okay, last chance to draw an Edict. We have 2 of in the deck. No such luck. This does actually block, though. And then we can return it with Pulse of Murasa. Okay. But they'll be able to give the Trailblazer Pro Green on their turn, so that's not going to work. 1, 2, 3, 4, draw. So we're not going to have enough mana to draw a card. And use the Edict. We have a total of 6 mana. That's not enough for 2 creatures, so we're dead. Okay, we'll bring in the 2 Edicts. We'll bring in Moment's Peace and Weather the Storm. We're going to want to take out some of the bigger stuff. One more cut. Ugh, that was brutal. Oh, this is a much better hand. Definitely like this in the matchup. We'll keep. Probably go get Island with the Ash Barrens because we have the Rot Farm for green. Okay, so they put the cartouche on it, which means we can't Edict, but we're going to be using the Snuff Out, so that's no big deal. In order to use the Snuff Out, however, we need to play the Swamp. I'm going to get rid of the Trailblazer right now, so I don't have to deal with it. Don't have to worry about it. And I'm just considering if I want to Weather the Storm. I'm going to pass on that. There would have been definitely some value to waiting till the opponent's turn and trying to catch them, casting auras onto their creature, but we might have stumbled when they put a blessing onto their creature, and then we could have really gotten punished. Okay, so the Weather the Storm is going to be worth a little bit more this turn. We'll go ahead and fire that off for 9. And Chainer's Edict is going to get rid of this creature because it's not being destroyed. Go for green here. Okay, how much mana do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we'll just Llanowar Visionary pass. Pestilence would be another option. No, it wouldn't. That would be silly. If we cast Pestilence, the card would leave the battlefield on the end step. One, two, three, four, five, six. We're missing 1 mana for the Altisaur. Let's go ahead and cast the Mulldrifter. Okay, we get an Ash Barrens. Let's go ahead and land cycle that. And we'll go get a Swamp, I suppose. Ooh, okay, that has Pro Black. So we're not going to be able to kill that with a Pestilence. We could get rid of it. Oh, nope, can't get rid of it with an Edict either. And it has First Strike. Good against the Visionary. I'll see how it does against our Dinosaur. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. So we have 1 mana to spare after the Altisaur. Yeah, let's just go ahead and cast it, and we'll keep the Visionary untapped, I guess. I guess we can cast this just to put it in the graveyard, so we have access to it again. It means we won't attack with the Mulldrifter. Pro green? Mm-hmm. Sentinel's Eyes makes it a 3/3 and a 4/4. Okay. We could chump with the Mulldrifter, but we can just take 4. We'll have Moment's Peace to be preventing this damage later. We have Weather the Storm to gain the life back. We have Pestilence to get rid of this pesty warrior. Ooh, look at that. They're going to grant protection to their warrior here with Emerge Unscathed. We'll let that happen. Wouldn't mind Weather the Storm here. Gain 9 life. Could also play a Coiling Oracle. I think we'll just attack here with Mulldrifter. So we could Weather the Storm for 9 or hold up Moment's Peace. Let's gain 9. We could also cast Coiling Oracle. All these plays are fine. Maybe I should have tapped the Visionary for the Weather the Storm instead of the Thriving Moor. Then I could have had the 1 black mana here to kill the warrior in response to the Emerge Unscathed. We're going to take at least 5 damage. Let's try the Pestilence thing again. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, nice use of Mana Tithe there. Alright, so this thing only has 4 power. So technically we can attack through it with the Altisaur. Oh, they're going to do a thing. Okay. Well, yeah, I suppose I could just Moment's Peace and keep it, right? So opponent decides to concede there. Let's bring in the Snuff Out. And maybe take out... Oh, looks like a misclick. Interesting. I'm in for this. Okay, they have the first turn Trailblazer. We do not have Snuff Out. So what do we play here? I think we just play the Swamp and get the Forest. Okay, we get another Forest off the top. I don't think Agony Warp is going to be the way here. If we play land, we go to 7. Night's Whisper, we go to 6, and then up to 8 again. So if we Night's Whisper, we actually have to discard a card. I think we'll just play Forest Go. Then we have access to the Moment's Peace, but I mean, Moment's Peace to prevent 2 or 3 damage is not really where I want to be either. Maybe we should have just put the island down so we could have Agony Warp if they had played a new creature here. Just 2 a turn so far. They must have some pretty reactive stuff in hand. Oh, okay, that's a problem. Cast down. Okay, that's good. So we'll have access to Cast Down, Moment's Peace, Agony Warp, whole bunch of options here. But we have to be careful because they could potentially have Benevolent Blessing, which would counter our Cast Down. Okay, so they give it hexproof. Maybe, did I want to evoke Mulldrifter there? No, I don't think so. I mean, we were only going to be taking 4. I don't think we had too much risk. Unless they played double Ethereal Armor. Okay, we're going to want to Night's Whisper. It's going to be one of our last chances to cast the spell. Got a bunch of lands. We'll feel free to discard one of these. But we're going to want to keep a bunch of mana open so that we can cast the Moment's Peace through Mana Tithe. Just get rid of the Thriving Moor here. It's 4, putting me to 1. That's fine. It's only the last life point that matters, right? Pestilence isn't looking very good, though. Guess we'll get Island. Snuff Out. Okay. Gonna have to use mana for that. We have 5, 6, 7, so the Altisaur is castable, but I think that if we cast it, we would just die. Oh, nice. We managed to hit one of their creatures. Cool. Oh, nice draw. Well, they still could have us, though, if they have Blessing or whatever. Because we ran out of green mana there, because we're dumb. So we can't play the Moment's Peace anymore. So if they give their creature here protection from blue, we're dead. That's a pretty good one, too. Okay, they're attacking in with everything. Let's see if we can use this Agony Warp. Okay, that worked. Guess we could try and double block the Death Speaker here. Not bad. That's a problem, though. Ooh, wow. Okay, they went wide here and we have 1 life. We're in a ton of trouble. If we had access to the Pestilence, it wouldn't be that bad. As is, we're in a lot of trouble. Haven't found any way to gain life, huh? We only have 1 mana after the Altisaur, or we could Divination, and then we don't have anything in hand to do. I don't think we can Altisaur and just like pray that we get into a Weather the Storm, but is throwing a Mulldrifter out even that much better? Alright, we're going to try to draw 2 cards. We'll Divination, see what we get. Nothing. GG. I think we can keep this. We can do the Ash Barrens into Aqueduct thing. But we might end up discarding a card that way. I think we'll still keep. Maybe we'll get lucky and draw something nice off the top. Swamp off the top I think would be perfect here. Okay. No such luck. Go get a forest. And we'll have to discard something here. Probably the Knight's Whisper, because our hand is already loaded. Play Visionary. It is not countered by Negate or Prohibit. Unfortunate that we didn't draw a land there. Opponent has 4 cards left in hand. We have 4 mana available. We probably Coiling Oracle and then find something else to do with the last 2 mana. Ooh, did we just get a land here? Snow-covered forest, nice. We could Pulse of Murasa. Can't Agony Warp. Can't Coiling Oracle. We could Edict. That would probably get a counterspell out of them. Let's try Pulse. If this resolves, we get to make another land drop, I think. Otherwise, it takes a counterspell out of their hand. So either way is fine. Would really like to be able to kill this familiar, but we're going to have to take those counters out of their hand. Might have double spell with the Agony Warp and the Cast Down next turn. No land again. Okay, that worked. In that case, we could even pulse here. I just like them seeing them have to spend all their mana in order to cast their spells. So instead of getting that discount, it's a good start. Mulldrifter, huh? They're tapped out, so we could cast it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think there's anything really worth killing on the other side. And still no lands. We are not getting lucky with those land drops. So they're getting a ton of life with every spell they cast here. Night's Whisper, draw 2 more cards, still find no lands. Okay, found something there. Gonna want to go blue. So we have 2 mana left, both green. We could Weather the Storm. That way we don't have to discard. Okay, we are way behind on clock compared to our opponent, so we're going to have to watch that. Our opponent is very practiced with the Familiars list, so they are not going to time out. Ooh, a Chaomancer gets back Prohibit, so they have a counterspell for a 2-drop, like Cast Down, for example. I don't think there's anything we could cast that would grab the counterspell out of their hand, so we're just going to have to play into it. Finally got one of the dinos. Wonder how they'll feel about a Pestilence on the board. We have 4 black mana, so we can get the most of the board out of here. But they might be in a position of infinite life at some point. I know that our opponent does have an infinite life combo in the deck, and they have most of it on the board here already. Faithful and Archaeomancer along with Ghostly Flicker. So that's the other piece. So they need, I think, 2 familiars to make this combo work. Okay, let's go get another swamp. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. Just thinking if I want to let them get away with this, or if I should pull the trigger on Pestilence. Ooh, they are drawing through their deck. They're going to snap the Archaeomancer, huh? Hey there, handsome. What's going on? Oh, Crown's here too? Cool, cool, cool. Goes and gets the flicker. Oops. Oh, I thought that was green. Okay. This one's green. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Well, we're going to have to if we want to do as good as we did yesterday. Not yesterday, no. I know, right? With all those human needs like sleep, food, and work, the worst. It's the worst one. Nice. I'm going to have to take some time and go over that. There's a new fall from favor? Brilliant. Okay, that worked out pretty well. That was a good turn for us. They're going to have to rebuild now. Once again, we managed to kill all their stuff. And they can have their flicker back with no creatures on board. That's fine. Nice. Didn't have to go through their 30 life points. That would have taken a while. Bring in Snuff Out. The Pestilence actually worked quite well there. We'll bring in one more of those. We can bring in Dispel and Negate. I think we want to keep some number of Pulse of Murasa in order to get the countered spells back out of the graveyard. Okay, buying the monster is interesting. Fortunately, it doesn't give anyone the Monarch, but for a single blue mana, that's decent. Okay, 2 more cards to cut. Edicts don't seem all that hot here. Targeted removal, I don't know, like, there's some give and take with the Edicts. They're not able to blink their creatures out of an Edict, which is pretty good. Pestilence seems good. Yeah, we brought in an extra Pestilence. We went up to 3. Maybe we go up to 4, but we only have a minute left to pull cards out. I mean, Pestilence 100% won us that last game, no doubt. It's very difficult to play around a Pestilence. At least with Crypt Rats, you put the damage in, and then the rats are off the board. With Pestilence, it's just one damage after another. It's difficult to react to that. This hand looks no good. We'll mull. No good again. We have 1 land. It's a Karoo. This land we have to keep. Bojuka Bog is pretty good in this matchup. We'll get rid of Forest. I think we have to get rid of Bojuka Bog so we can keep all 3 colors of mana, and that way we also have the Swamp for the Snuff Out. I would have liked to have kept the Bog, though. Okay, it looks like opponent did mulligan once. Yep, they mulligan 1 time. So that puts them at a slight advantage. Ooh, the Oracle is nice. So I think I play Island here, and then, depending on their play, I'll either cast down their Familiar, or I'll play Coiling Oracle. So it looks like it's going to be the Oracle. Okay, hoping for a land here, get some ramp going. Nope. We draw the big dino. We are nowhere near casting that. I'm expecting to see a Terramorphic Expanse or Evolving Wilds. Nope. Ash Barrens. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, we got the Dimir Aqueduct here. Deck is a troll. We were 1 turn off of Oracle into a Karoo. So I think we just play the Aqueduct. We'll maybe hold up the blue mana. You think the Swamp? I mean, that way we do have access to the cast down, you're right. Yeah, we have access to cast down Snuff Out. So if they play their Familiar, we're good to go. No attacks. We're going to return the island, I think. It's between island and forest what we return. Forest gives us access to Weather the Storm. Island gives us access to Negate. I think we'll hold up Negate. Say, Handsome says, you're learning Pauper by hanging out here. Alright, cool. Glad to introduce anyone to this format. And you spent quite a bit of time here, so you would be definitely figuring this out. Chaomancer, get back, preordain. Yep, that's fine. Don't care about any of that. It's either that or you watch kids Netflix. Oh, thanks for the vote of confidence over Blue's Clues or whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could get the Pestilence down because they don't have access to counter magic right now. So we could put down Pestilence and then play Rot Farm and hold up Snuff Out. Yeah, their dude has a big butt. It'll probably be sticking around, and we'll probably be able to kill their Archaeomancer. Yep. Rot Farm, get rid of Island. I say get rid of, we'll put it back safely into our hand. We have Snuff Out ready to go, but I don't want to Snuff Out an Archaeomancer. I'd much rather hit a Familiar. Ooh, they have the Nature's Chant, so they get rid of the Pestilence. 2 mana on their side for our 4. But we do have 4 Pestilence in the deck, so we'll eventually draw to another one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 turn off of the Altisaur. Why not run Disenchant? So the Familiar they have says blue and green spells cost 1 less. So this spell, when they have the Familiar out, only costs a single white. I think we probably just cast the Mulldrifter straight up. We draw another Pestilence. Perfect. And we're also going to be looking at casting Altisaur very soon. We could snuff this out. What are they going to pick up with it? I think we snuff out here. It gets rid of the Ephemerate. Hopefully they don't have Negate. Oh, I think they do. Oh, it's a snap. Ooh, okay. We should still get the Ephemerate, though. So that was a fair trade. Oh, it's because the way it was countered, it wasn't exiled yet. So Ephemerate goes to the graveyard, and they can get it back now. But they go for the Mulldrifter here. They probably have another Ephemerate ready to go. Yeah, they'll be able to pick it up, but not this turn. Okay, they have Prohibit, Negate, or Ephemerate. They could also have Snap. A lot of good cards they could have. We have a Dinosaur, though. None of their cards is anywhere near as good as Dinosaur. Do we attack with Mulldrifter first? I think so. Wow, we are way behind on clock. We better win this game. Gain 6 life, I guess. They're allowed to do their thing here. So they returned Ephemerate and then ephemerated the Mulldrifter. Pretty good. They don't have mana to prohibit Pestilence this turn. Nature's Chant is in the graveyard. 1, 2, and then it would have access to only a single black mana when I cast the Pestilence. But I would be able to cast down the Archaeomancer when they tried to blink it. Interesting. Okay, they take 8. Oh, they have the Negate. 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. We'll pass. Wonder if I'm supposed to cast down the Archaeomancer so they can't keep recurring their stuff. They got a ton of cards at hand, ton of lands, so they've definitely got stuff. Wow, look at all this stuff they do. They do so much stuff. I should just hit 6 so that I'm not wasting time on my clock. Went for Ephemerate there, and then went and got Negate. So they have Negate up. Four, 5, 6, 7. Okay, another familiar, and I think this is GG. Because they have 2 familiars, Archaeomancer and God Pharaoh's Faithful, so all they need is Ghostly Flicker, and they gain Unbound Life. I mean, all they need, right? Like, it's a lot of cards. There it is. So we can concede here. They have Unbound Life. I mean, Pestilence is as close as we get. Wow. We've been getting some really poor starting hands, huh? We got them all again. Wow, this is bad. We gotta put 3 cards back. That was terrible. Oh well, we had pretty good games, 1 and 2. Well, Night's Whisper, that can start to undo our mulligan a little bit. The flood is real. Oh, the flood. The flood, though. So floody. That's what you get for mulliganing down to 4. Flooded. At least they're not doing anything. That's the one bright side. They probably have all counter magic and blink effects. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're good to go on Dinosaur, I guess. Nice. Get a Chanter's Edict for free. They'll counterspell the Altisaur. Okay. Evoked Mulldrifter, and then they'll have Ghostly Flicker or something. Wish we had some mana to interact with this. Negate right now would be pretty good. But we spent all our mana on that counter Dinosaur. Wow, they have 10 cards in hand. Wow. Oh, Pestilence. And they have no way to stop me. Neat. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, they're actually going to counter this to keep the God Pharaoh's Faithful around. Oh, they have the snap? Damn. Well, I mean, they had a ton of cards in hand, so they were going to have something, right? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can take the negate out of their hand, I guess. But if we do that, we don't have access to our own negate, so I guess we'll pass. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't see too much of a way out of this unless we can draw another dinosaur. We're really low on time on clock. Opponent has way more cards in hand than us. And a larger board. Even after that Pestilence, they were just able to totally rebuild. Well, it looks like we might get the Ornament here. We do, okay. I don't think there's much point in drawing a card right now unless we get a land. Yeah, we have no cards in play anyway, so let's just go ahead and see what we draw. Oh, they're going to Echoing Truth the Bonder's Ornament? Oh, wow. And now we don't get to draw anything? Cool play. Yeah, because of the way Bonder's Ornament is worded, we don't get to draw because we don't have a Bonder's Ornament in play when it checks. Chaomancer gets Preordain. Ghostly Flicker and Negate. So yeah, they're on it. We can concede here. Yeah, this is fine. Start with Thriving Moor, name green, and then maybe Night's Whisper, turn 2. Looks like that's what they were playing, huh? That's interesting because Delver is usually more of a Dimir thing. Yeah, try and spell stutter this. Of course, we have to get that far. That's going to be the it's going to be our struggle. Can we survive long enough to cast a dinosaur? Oh, a great furnace and a ginger brute. Shock. Bolt and Galvblast. So they're running like a an Izzet version of the Boros deck. Boros Monarch. Okay, I can get behind that. So we get the land here. So we have access to a 3, but our 3 is Pulse of Murasa and would have no target. So we probably need to land cycle the Ash Barrens, and then we might as well just play the Thriving Moor. Or we could hold up Cast Down. We could also evoke, but we already have a ton of cards in hand. So if we evoke, go to 7, we would have to discard a card. Land cycle, hold up, cast down. No ninjas. So here we can hold up Cast Down again, and if they do nothing, we can Pulse of Murasa. Okay, they're going to Lightning Bolt us. I kind of like this taste, or this take on Izzet. Get a taste of the ginger brute here. I kind of like it. I'm not going to like it when they counterspell my Pulse of Murasa, but I think it's a really cool take on the deck. There it is. I've been seeing the same old kind of fairies deck for a while. This is interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still quite a ways from the Altisaur, but we can Mulldrifter. Or we could cast the Oracle and evoke the Mulldrifter. This plays around Spell Stutter Sprite. Oh no, they don't have Spell Stutter Sprite, they have double red. Anyway, we got our 2/2, we drew some cards. And they bolt it. We're going to need some life gain in a second. They've only been hitting us for 2 a turn, but we dealt 2 to ourselves with a Night's Whisper. was thinking about the Coiling Oracle getting countered. Come on, weather the storm. Give me weather the storm. Another dino. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we probably go Coiling Oracle to start. Another dino. Then I think we just play the Visionary pass. We could just be dead here, but we don't have access to... Well, then, yeah, I want to play the Visionary. Get Ash Barrens, okay. So we could play the island and cycle the Ash Barrens. We don't have to play the tap land now. But we are still so close to dead. If we don't gain some life soon, between lightning bolts and Galvblasts. Yeah, that's it. GG. They can pay the 1 on Ginger Brute here. And we don't have enough mana to kill it. So we're bringing in some Counter Magic, Hydroblast, and Dispel, as well as an extra Weather the Storm. And then we're taking out some of our Monarch creatures. They're going to be able to easily take the Monarch back at any point. Oh man, this hand is so awkward. But we can play the Ash Barrens into the Karuz and then land cycle. So we'll have 3 mana on turn 3 anyway. See what we draw. Is it a removal spell for the Delver? It is. It is. So we could snuff out the Delver here. And we could Night's Whisper. That would take a lot of life points, but on the other hand, it's pretty good advantage. Another Night's Whisper. I'm so not into that. Here comes the Ginger Brute. In for 1. Brute's probably going to do a few damage this game. Oh, and a Cleansing Wildfire on the Aqueduct. Ugh, that's brutal. Don't really want to snuff out the Ginger Brute here. We could Coiling Oracle, or we could Bonder's Ornament. Leaning towards the Coiling Oracle because it potentially blocks the Ginger Brute and forces them to spend mana in order to attack through it. On the other hand, Bonder's Ornament would let me play Pestilence next turn and activate it for 1. Well, if I have a land on top, I definitely want a Coiling Oracle. Oh, it was a dinosaur. Yeah, they're basically the same thing. One casts the spell, the other is the spell. Chainer's Edict will get rid of Ginger Brute. So we can Bonder's Ornament into Chainer's Edict. They have Counterspell. Okay. Leave this back to continue to tax their mana. But it doesn't look like this game's going to be lasting too much longer if we can't find some life. Down to 8. That's 2 Golgari. That's what that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we could snuff out the Spell Stutter Sprite, but then we go to 4. I really don't want to do that. Oh, they have a second Spell Stutter Sprite here? That is brutal. Opponent just has it all. I don't think we're going to make it out of this one, but I really like the configuration of their deck. Okay, no bolt. No bolt, please. Okay, bye-bye Pestilence. And time for Dinosaur. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey, that's not bad. It doesn't gain us life, but Altisaur into Mulldrifter is pretty cool. Oh, we get to keep our 6/5 anyway. And there's the Lightning Bolt. GG. Another awkward hand. Okay, starting with an elf. That could mean walls. In any event, let's put down the Rot Farm. Probably should have went with the Aqueduct, but whatever. And I think we go get Swamp. Maybe we just go get Island. Okay, it's definitely Elves. We're going to have to cast down this Vanguard. It's going to be a problem. And we'll do it during our turn, so they don't have access to Vines of Vastwood. And we'll play this island the opponent has already seen, and pass back. Pestilence could be super good here. Pestilence might be too late. They have the Timberwatch Elf. We're going to take a ton of damage. But we'll get to see how they decide to play around Pestilence. It's not an easy thing to do. Another Timberwatch Elf. Okay, so they're going full into this. They're not worried about the Pestilence. They want to kill me. Take 3. They're not going to tap the Timberwatch Elf here. Oh, they do. They do tap the Timberwatch Elf. If we get Swamp, we can kill their board. Oh, we miss Swamp. So we can get everything except for the Vanguard. And then maybe we can weather the storm. It doesn't seem great. Gonna need a removal spell for this Vanguard, I think. No, they lead the Stampede. Okay. If they have no land here... I mean, that's a pretty good get. But if they have no land, we get to keep the Pestilence around. They do have land. So they're going to be able to play one of their 1-drops, which gets the Vanguard to a 4, which we cannot kill with the Pestilence. We're going to have to Pulse of Murasa, get the Ash Barrens... Yeah, this Vanguard is a problem. We need another cast down. One, two, three, 4. Okay. Blue. This, Land cycle blue. Go get Swamp. Play Swamp. Use Pestilence. Put a stop on my end step. Okay. We get to keep the Pestilence into their turn, so if they play creatures into the Pestilence, we get to keep it. Otherwise, they have to pass the turn and do nothing. Okay, so they decide to let us keep Pestilence. We have the Pulse of Murasa to regain some life. We might be able to find our way through this one. Essence Warden and Sylvan Ranger. Okay. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So we don't have the extra green, though, to Altisaur. So what we're going to want to do is Pulse of Murasa. And yeah, we pulse for the Ash Barrens. And we kill these creatures during the opponent's end step, I guess. We don't have to do it now. Nice. Good looking snowland. Okay, since we're taking two, we might as well just take one instead. So we take less damage by killing their creatures. And they decide to let the Pestilence go. And we'll go get Forest. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, but we need the double green, so that's the land we must play. We do not. No tuk-tuks. They are going to hate this Pestilence. Okay, that should be a good game right there. Yep. Okay, so we're going to want to bring in all of our removal. Moment's Peace is good. Weather the Storm is good. Maybe we don't need that much life gain, especially if we're bringing in Moment's Peace. Yeah, I like this. I like this quite a bit. Oh, our opponent is mulliganing quite heavily. We have the best card in the matchup in Pestilence and a pair of removal spells for early game. I'll make that 3 removal spells for early game. I'm thinking probably Thriving Moor this turn, so we can get this tap land down. Another good option would be Forest and cycle the Ash Barrens for Swamp. Okay, we're going to want to kill that right away. No hesitation. Cast that down. Oh, that's going down too. Oh, Aquarian Ranger. I would have liked to take care of that as well. I want to kill all their things. But they only have 1 card left in hand. That's a good leftover. They miss on the Gleeful Sabotage, but they get 2 Elven Vanguards along with the Llanowar Elf. We're going to be taking some damage. But I think we should be able to get Pestilence down this turn. So let's see here. We've seen the Vanguard and the Llanowar Elf. We know they have 1 Vanguard left over. 1, 2, 3, 4 gets Pestilence down. Ooh, Spider Silk Armor. Okay. That's a card you don't see too much anymore. From the Crypt. Hello, how you doing? Thanks for the cheer. So let's see here. We have 1, 2, 3 black mana. So we can kill everything except for the Vanguard. Oops. There we go. So we're going to need to use the Dimir Aqueduct to activate the Pestilence, so we can use the mana from the Aqueduct for the Ash Barrens. Okay, get rid of most of their dudes anyway. We'll be taking probably 4 this turn, and then we can kill their Vanguard and Edict this other Vanguard, is the plan. Well, that took a bit of work, but we got rid of their creatures. I guess we could have done that during our end step. And that would have just been straight better. Then we would have been able to keep the Pestilence around through their turn. And I believe I even pulled that maneuver last game, so, yeah. Bit of a punt there on my side. Ah, the Edict is a sorcery? Okay. So we did it fine. No mistakes. One, two, three, four, five. Gonna gain some life here. And I think that should put us back in the game. There we go. This hand does not impress me. This is keepable. Not great, though. Gotta put something back, too. I kind of want to keep the Mulldrifter, but we don't have any colors for it. We could get rid of the cast down and go blue on the Mulldrifter. Or, like, we have the Pulse of Murasa. I think we just get rid of Weather the Storm. We can get Swamp for the cast down, and then turn 3, we'll have Pulse of Murasa. We can get the Ash Barrens back to get Island. Basic Plains Thraben Inspector. This could be anything. Ooh, we get the Island, so now the Ash Barrens just needs to get Swamp. And we've got all our colors. We can turn 3 Divination with the Mulldrifter. Here comes the attack. Second Plains and nothing. Okay, so they just use the second land to crack the clue from the Thraben Inspector. 3 mana for a 1/2 draw a card over 2 turns. I have no interest in casting Cast Down on this Thraben Inspector here. Boros Garrison. Ah, so we're playing against Bully. So yeah, we'll want to keep that cast down for later. Get one of their Seeker of the Way, I think would be the card we would want to hit. So we'll this turn we're going to Pulse of Murasa the Ash Barrens, so we can keep hitting land drops. We want to get to these dinos. Battle Screech. Yep. So we could cast down the Thraben Inspector so they don't get to make all the birds. This way they only get to make 2 birds this turn. And we have the Snuff Out. Okay. Palace Sentinels. They become the Monarch, and they're going to be able to make the dudes. We could snuff out one of their birds, so then they couldn't Battle Screech. Actually, when the Palace Sentinels comes into play, there's a trigger that happens. So when that trigger happens, we could use this moment to pick off these Sentinels. And that way they still can't make the birds. They'll have to leave one of the birds back. Okay, they leave them both back. Bojuka Bog. Nice. Get rid of that Battle Screech. I'm in for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we can cast the Mulldrifter. Okay, they're going to abrade our Visionary, so we don't have the mana, but they don't have lifelink currently, or rather they can't attack with their lifelink and creatures, so they're not going to be gaining life or dealing that extra damage. Chainer's Edict. That's not great. I mean, it's going to get rid of a bird token. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we could Pulse of Murasa, get the Ash Barrens, and then Weather the Storm or Edict. Pulse the Elf? We could Pulse the Elf, but we wouldn't be able to play it. If we Pulse the land, then we're ready to go for Altisaur next turn. Oops. Because we were playing the Thriving Moor anyway, and not the Ash Barrens, we should have left the Pulse of Murasa to the opponent's turn, so we could have got a bigger Weather the Storm that way. And that might have been relevant, getting that extra 3 life. Because we're going to take a ton of damage this turn. Okay, so they are going for Rally the Peasants twice. And we'll Weather the Storm. We'll gain 9. Nice. Hit a Pulse of Murasa with the Cascade, which allowed us to put the Mulldrifter back in hand, and, very important, gain 6 life. The Boros deck can do quite a lot of damage. And they have another Battle Screech here, so our Chainer's Edict is looking worse and worse. Really looking for a Pestilence. Fortunately, it looks like they don't have Journey to Nowhere. Okay, so we're going to be able to take back the Monarch on our turn if we take this damage. So that puts us to 10, and then they would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the air. That's pretty brutal. Are we supposed to trade? If we don't trade, we get to take the Monarch. I think we have to trade. It's too much damage. Sucks trading our 7 for their 2, but it is what it is. Oh man, I wasn't even thinking. They had prismatic strands, so we would have never been able to take the... They have another one? Oh man, they must have discarded 2 strands with the looting. I wasn't paying attention. Ah well, that's what I get. Oh, cast down. I mean, that can get rid of the Seeker of the way. But I think I would rather still just play the Altisaur. Oh man, that Rally of the Peasants is going to kill us. Okay, so we're going to bring in Moment's Peace. We're going to bring in Pestilence. Going to take out the Monarch. I guess we can keep in the Fleet Admiral. Being able to attack in for free is pretty nice. Take out some of the big stuff. Could try Dispel. I don't mind that. A little bit awkward. Gonna be a slow one. Oh, that would have been a nice card to play this turn. Name green this time on the Thriving Moor. Be nice if we could have a basic. Yeah, we'll take 1, no problem. And we'll kill that Seeker of the way. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, we get to keep up Agony Warp this way. We have Agony Warp and Snuff Out. Not exactly great in this matchup, but if they present some decent creatures, we could kill them. We might just go ahead and kill one of their Thraben Inspectors here. Oh, they get to destroy our Bonder's Ornament. Brutal. Don't like that. That was our ramp. "25 ticks sitting in the graveyard. Shame. Could Bojuka Bog the shenanigans away. And we could get the Bojuka Bog back with the Rot Farm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it went up that much. Wow. I can't remember how much I got my Bonder's Ornaments for. I remember I was satisfied with the price, but I don't remember what it was. Molten Rain, the... Oh! Brutal. Oh, they got the Squadron Hawk. So that's going to fill up their hand. Yeah, the chests only cards is far too rare for Pauper. It really drives up the prices. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can play Pestilence, I guess. And then put Golgari Rot Farm on the board, returning... I kind of want to return Bojuka Bog. Palace Sentinels, okay. How are they going to attack? No attacks. Okay. You like this Boros deck? Yeah, Boros Bully, designed by Deluxeikov. Very cool deck. Ooh, that's a lot, Team Red. Six. Okay, opponent has a ton of cards in hand, so they just have to decide how they want to deploy their resources. Okay, they want to deploy 2 Hawks, so they don't have to discard them. We'll get rid of those Hawks. What do we get? Moment's Peace. Lame. We're going to cast it, though, so we get it in the graveyard. At least that way we can flash it back later. Oh, they have Journey to Nowhere for our Dino. 2 mana Answer. And Molten Rain for our Rot Farm. So we're not going to be able to redeploy a Dino. Think that we're going to be out of luck here. The old 1-4. They could probably just even kill us with the burn they have in hand. I'd like to say, you know, I've got the, what did I even call that? The Enduring whatever. It's not going to work, though. Oh, they used the Lightning Bolt on the Mulldrifter instead of on me. And Rally the Peasants. That'll finish it off. GG. Okay, disappointing showing from the Sultai deck this time. It's unfortunate, but that is part of the game. When we play a game with this much variance, sometimes we'll play the same deck to very different results. Also dependent on the matches that we get to see. Anyways, I did have quite a bit of fun with this deck, and I would definitely recommend it, even though it had a lackluster showing today. I think that it has a lot of range, I think that it's really fun to play, and it has some very good matchups as well.